So, just want to share greetings to everyone in the Zoom and all my friends online. My name is Vithi, and sometimes people within the network call me Muang. That's my other name. I'll be your professional moderator for this session. Uh, no, this is my first time moderating this kind of uh, sessions also, so bear with me. And if you could support, please don't hesitate. Question is always welcome. We will have a discussion session at the end. So, okay, now let me introduce you to the speakers of today. Now. We have a presenter from two countries. The, sorry, a bit. Okay, so first from Thailand, we have Miss Ormad ครับรัตนะอนันต์ครับ she's the international relation officer from Cody, which means she coordinates so much things within the network นะครับ and the organizations Cody, which we should be used to ครับ and by her side Miss กรมิตรปัญญาครับพี่บุ๋มพี่ stand for sister, so พี่บุ๋ม she's a community leader and also uh, very strong leaders of community builders network. She's also the key person through the cooling projects, which you might heard from previous session.ครับ. These are the speakers from Thailand, and from Philippine sides we have Ajay. Ajay, are you okay? Hello there, Ajay. So Ajay is a community architect. He's the member of Technical Assistance Movement for People and Environment Incorporate, which another word is called Tempe. ครับ he's based in Iloilo City and supporting technical assistance to homeless people federations of Philippines. ครับ with 10 years of experience, he do a lot of things, design development, construction supervision, university lecturer, projects implementation, monitoring officers, workshop facilitators, and data collection to specialists. That's a lot of things, Ajay. And today, we from Thailand and from Philippines will be sharing our experience, our stories, and how the movement of people-centric movement uh, run ครับ in each countries, and hopefully we could learn a lot ครับผม so I think we could start from Thailand ครับพี่Ahmad will also help facilitating the questions a bit. P. Bum, which is a community leader, will be speaking a little in Thai, and P. Ahmad will help with the translation also. ครับผม So the session is yours. The stage, the time.
Okay. Let me start asking. Can you hear me?
The voice is not very clear, not as clear as before.
Was that clear as before? Is that better?
No.
No. Okay. And how about this?
Now,
This
now
one?
it's much better.
Okay, much better. งั้นแล้วถ้าเอาออกข้างเดียวนี้ได้ไหมคะ
Yes,
ก็ยังได้อยู่นะแต่ว่า
is
ไม
still
ค์อาจจะอยู่
fine.
ข้างนี้ Okay.
That's okay.
Okay, let me start. The first question. คำถามแรกที่จะถามก็คือว่าทำไมคนถึงอะไรที่ทำให้เราแบบทำไมคนถึงต้องเป็นหลักในการจัดการตัวเองอะค่ะพี่บุ๋ม
Well, we don't hear people.
ได้ยินไหมคะต้องอันนี้ไม่น่าจะ
You have to put the sheet together, maybe.
อันนี้ได้ยินไหมคะ
อ๋อเนี่ย
โอเค
ได้ยิน
เนาะ
ครับชัดเจนครับ
ค่ะคือต้องบอกว่าขอโทษค่ะคือต้องบอกว่าทำไมคนถึงต้องเป็นหลักก็เพราะว่า เนื่องจากว่าพวกเราเป็นผู้ที่บุกรุกเนาะแล้วก็บุกเบิกแล้วก็อยู่แบบโดดเดี่ยวนะคะ แต่พอเราได้มาประสบปัญหาของความเดือดร้อนภายในกลุ่ม ที่เราบุกเบิก จะบอกว่าบุกรุกก็ไม่ใช่เราบุกเบิกเนาะเพราะว่าเราอยู่ในพื้นที่ที่อ่ารวมตัวกันเนี่ยเป็นชุมชนเนี่ยมานานแต่พอเราถูกไล่รื้อหรือถูกผลกระทบเนี่ยถ้าเราไปแค่ไปต่อรองกับใครหรือยื่นข้อเสนอกับใครเนี่ยมันก็ไม่มีพลังเราเลยต้องรวมกลุ่มนะคะโดยการรวมตัวชุมชนรวมพูดคุยรวมผู้รวมคนนะคะ จนถึงกระทั่งรวมกองทุนภายในเพราะเราเชื่อมั่นว่าถ้าเราจะไปต่อหรือเราจะไปทำอะไรนะคะเราต้องสามัคคีแล้วก็ร่วมไม้ร่วมมือกันช่วยกันคิดแล้วก็ช่วยกันออกแบบช่วยกันสร้างเราถึงได้มีโอกาส
Um, Let me translate the first part that Pibum start talking. The first question that I asked Pibum that why people have to be the center of their own development. Pibum start saying that in the past, if we are the low income community, the poor people in the urban area in the big city, we live isolatedly. We don't have any power. We no not possible to negotiate or access to other rights, the housing rights, the economic system, the formal economic system. We not possible by individually or isolatedly. But if we want to have shift and change our life, we must have to start working together and then with the power of people to collecting the group of people, start collecting the group money. That is only the way that can start negotiate or change the life of people in that in the of the group of people who have low income status.
ก็เราเราคิดว่าเราเนี่ยถูกมองว่าทุกไม่ว่าจะเป็นพื้นที่ไม่ว่าจะเป็นท้องถิ่นหรือความเป็นเมืองนะคะที่มีความแออัดอย่างเงี้ยเราถูกมองว่าเราเป็นปัญหาของสังคมแต่เราพวกเรารวมตัวกันแล้วบอกว่ามันหลากหลายอาชีพด้วยเนาะการพูดการคุยมันทักษะหรือความความคิดของเรามันก็หลายแบบแต่เรามีมติค่ะเราเห็นพ้องกันว่าจะไปในทางไหนเราก็มีการเลือกกันแล้วก็เราคิดว่าทางเลือกของเราเนี่ยมันมีโอกาสแล้วเราก็อยากจะมีที่อยู่ที่อาศัยที่มีความมั่นคงแล้วพอดีมีสถาบันที่มาช่วยเรามีพื้นที่กลางในการพูดคุยมีงบประมาณนะคะให้เราได้ถูกถูกหยิบยื่นให้โอกาสอันเนี้ยให้เราก็เลยเอ่อมีข้อตกลงโดยใช้ความเป็นสหกรณ์นะคะ มาจัดระเบียบด้วยระบบทางการเงิน เพราะเราคิดว่าในอนาคตในอนาคตข้างหน้าเนี่ยเรามีหลายเรื่องที่เราที่เราสามารถที่จะเอ่อดูแลกันและกัน
She also mentioned about that because when we are in the city, we are only a passive recipient. Sometimes it's just only waiting for other people to provide support, but we cannot make our own decision to create our own development. But after we step up and make change, start our own activity through such as the project from Cody or starting to working as a collective group. They start gaining some gaining the trust among themselves. They can a little bit change the perspective that the low income may not possible to do anything, but after they pass through their own activity, they possible to believe in themselves, not only themselves, but it's expand to the other person perspective. The people, their neighborhood have seen that this community have changed. The local authority possible to see that this community possible to run their own development project, they gain a little bit trust from this and that by doing things by themselves as a group.
เมื่อก่อนนี้เนาะก็ด้วยความเป็นผู้มีรายได้น้อยแล้วก็หลากหลายทางด้านอาชีพนะคะ มันพี่อย่างเห็นพี่บุ๋มอย่างเงี้ยเมื่อก่อนนี้ก็อาชีพขี่วินมอเตอร์ไซค์รับจ้างนะคะด้วยบางคนก็มีอาชีพรับจ้างมันหลากหลาย เราเลยต้องมีการแบ่งบทบาทด้วย แล้วก็มีการเลือกที่จะอยู่ในเซตของความด้วยอาชีพของมันด้วย เพราะว่าเมื่อจะได้ให้ไม่มีปัญหากันในภายในชุมชน แล้วเราก็แบ่งบทบาทกันนะคะ ให้ทุกคนมีหน้าที่ให้มีการรับผิดชอบ ตั้งแต่ระบบกลุ่มย่อยนะคะ ในชุมชนด้วย เพราะว่ามันไม่สหกรณ์ไม่สามารถที่จะไปดูแลทั้งโครงการได้ เราเลยต้องใช้วิธีการแบ่งบทบาท แล้วก็รับหน้าที่ความรับผิดชอบไป แล้วเราก็เคลื่อนงานจนทำให้คุณภาพชีวิตของเราดีขึ้นณปัจจุบันหนี้สินของเราระยะเวลา10 กว่าปี15 ปีเนี่ยเราก็หมดแล้ว แต่กว่าจะหมดได้เนี่ยเราก็มีทั้งการจัดการภายใน แล้วก็ในการเชื่อมโยงท้องที่ท้องถิ่นด้วย เพราะว่าเนื่องจากงบประมาณของระบบสาธารณเราอาจจะไม่เพียงพอ เราก็ต้องไปเชื่อมโยงให้ท้องถิ่นรับรู้รับทราบว่าเรามีตัวตน และเราก็ได้เป็นฐานเสียงของเขา ในการที่เขาจะต้องมาช่วยเราในเอื้อเราในสิ่งที่เรายังไม่สมบูรณ์ อย่างเช่นถนนนะคะ หรือไฟฟ้าประปา เพื่อให้เข้าแผนท้องที่ท้องถิ่นค่ะ
She start also mentioned that before she joined the development program, she was the motorcycle driver, working daily with daily. It's like a daily worker, gain the money daily. But when they step up to the development activity, they knowledge her knowledge, her capability in herself has been expanded. She increased a lot of knowledge by being a part of this development project. Now she become one of the important community leader in her provincial and also in Thailand now. She can manage a lot of start from the beginning, from the community level, and also dealing with the network, start negotiate with the other. Now at her community, the infrastructure subsidies may not enough for their community for the development, but after by gaining the trust from the local authority, it's possible to negotiate with the local authority to provide infrastructure budget to support more ได้งบสาธารณะเพิ่มจากเทศบาลเท่าไหร่
ถ้างบสาธารณะเนี่ยของนี่ก็5 ล้านกว่าบาท
around she said that around 5 million baht that can gain the more budget from the local authority to her community because the local authority start understanding that people from the beginning that may be the passive recipient, but now she become an active citizen of her own city through the development process that provide the understanding and change the position of herself and the community people to become a decision making and also the partner of the development in her city. So this is why the people have to be the centric of their own development นะ So อันนี้ก็คือคำถามแรกเนาะที่ว่าทำไมชุมชนต้องเป็นหลักในการที่จะจัดการตัวเองเมือง if you have any more add you can add นะ
just ครับ
มัน
พี่บุ๋ม Okay, just want to conclude that picture is very clear, and I think you start with saying that people, if they are alone, they are invisible and they are powerless. But by the process of coming together and with the support of this Ban Man Kong program, you start to self-organize and through that you start to put your head together and when you start coming together, you have the mass and you are able to communicate and to negotiate with another sector, local authorities, governmental sector. And this kind of shift, no, it's if I could draw this kind of actor mapping diagrams, you start from standing in the box that is, high interest, low power. But now when you come together, you shift yourself into high interest, high power. And from there you start to upgrade yourself. You do a lot of self-organize also. ครับ that's my how I see it นะครับ and the picture is very clear. Now I think it's also would be interesting, and I would pass this question to Ahmad นะครับ as a officer from Cody. What's the process of these kind of people organization working closely with Cody? And what's the role? How do Cody see these people? How the mechanics work together?
Okay, let me start by sharing some slide now, right? I'm presenting. Okay,
Okay.
let me.
Sure.
Okay, can you see the presentation?
It's coming up, I think. Oh, now it's on, but
Okay,
it's not full screen yet.
not full screen. Okay, is that okay?
No, yes.
Okay. From at Cody, the question is that because in Cody we do believe in people development process, people driven. We do believe this is like our concept. We are not a Bible, we are Buddhism. in is the big concept of Cody, people driven process. We do believe that people are the key actor who run their own development by themselves, and with all the mechanism will start and decide to empower and enable the people to manage, to possible to manage themselves. And we do believe that the area-based development approach is the key for the development, because the people in that area know the best what they want, what is their problem, and what the solution should be. So let the people and the related agency in that area are the key actor for their own development is the concept of Cody. It can show in from the beginning and of structure of Cody. In Cody, we try to it is quite unique structure that since our board of directors, which is can have the representative from the community, from the private sector, from the government. This is a mixed power since the structure of the board. So Cody can shoot and in every structure from Cody board, issue-based subcommittee board, and also the regional office board. This structure is showing in every step of Cody to show that the power of people possible to negotiate and working among three groups of this representative. It is one key that showing in Cody. And not only the structure of Cody that sharing the power with people, but there are a lot of key that make the people-centric possible. The first thing is I think is the policy support. Policy from the government, from the national policy that support Cody to provide this activity and project and budget directly to the community. This is one important key, the policy that allow Cody to work national level and support all the community organization all over the country. The second one is the flexible finance and affordable. In Cody, we design the system that possible to send the money directly to the people. When people have the power to manage their own fund, this is very important for them to make a decision and decide their own development process by themselves because they have the money. They have owning the money in their hand, and with this power, it allow people to access and manage things by themselves, decide the plan, planning, designing, in everything. And a lot of tools that support community and network, which is like a community. We set up the community saving and fund. This is a very important mechanism to start people to working together, and like the beginning step for people to working, to saving money monthly together, have a meeting regularly, and they possible to gain the knowledge about the accountability since the day one. And we also have the technical support, the knowledge support from the academic people that can increase or can add the knowledge, which is like a capacity building process during all the or the process or the activity that we run. This is like the learning by doing, adding the knowledge while they are working. It's not like a class that people have to attain or the lecturer that the one have to only lecture in front of the class, but it's a process of learning doing while they are working the project with the support from the technical. And we do also support them like working. Cody try to make the bridge to linking the collaboration from other related agency by linking with other partner like local authority, the private sector. When the other related agencies start moving and working with the people, it's like the platform that we start for the people to start working together in the city. Actually, there are a lot of key good people, good actors in the area, but they may working separately, not working together. But when we creating a platform to working with the people, and people become the key actor in that platform as well. So it start like a engine of that city for working with people to support people to be the center of their own development. And yeah, and the next one is maybe the collective in managing. They possible to work together because the system has been designed for them to collective like collective management, collective money, collective land, collective collective system. So the designing to be collective is also allow the people to work together. When they work together, they become the center of their own development again. Yeah, I think this is the key important that can show that how Cody can support the people to be the centric of own development. ค่ะ share about like this. Okay. ค่ะ
ครับผม if I could add a bit, we were sitting together discussing about this now, and I think I was sitting there with the board meeting of Cody like 2 months before, and it was quite surprising because I've heard a lot about this concept of doing it in a participatory way, people-centric, but you don't see many organization, especially big organization. For Cody, it's like, I think it's called quasi, which is like managed by your own board, but you receive the funding and support from the governmental sector. It's not very it's quite innovative for this big organization to have community people sitting in the board, you know, with the professional of economy, professional of design, professional, you know, this and that. It's, I think to me, it's very brave. And we have this discussion with Somsuk, and Somsuk said it in a very simple way that when people from many levels sit together, these people who have this kind of profession hat on them, they make a lot of big decisions. But when you sit together with the community people, you have to be more humane. You have to be more aware when they make big decisions. When you look at people's eyes and you know that this big decision will affect them, or if it's not fair, then the board with the community that is there can help you review it together, can review those decisions together. To me, it's quite innovative and very, very brave. ครับผม Okay. And maybe we have few minutes more if P. Om or P. Boom want to add something into this. I believe you have a lot to add, P. Boom.
พูดจะได้ฟังค่ะเอ่พี่ว่าคนที่คิดว่าคนอื่นคิดว่าพวกเราเป็นปัญหาเนี่ย ใครก็มาแก้เราไม่ได้ เท่ากับพวกเราแก้ไขกันเอง แล้วมันรวมกันหลาย ๆ คนเข้า แล้วจัดการตนเองได้เนี่ย มันคือพลังนะ พลังเปลี่ยนโลกด้วย ถ้าสังคมนี้คนที่เอ่อถูกกระทำหรือถูกผลกระทบ ถ้าเขาลุกขึ้นมาจัดการตนเองได้เนี่ย ปัญหาหลาย ๆ อย่างเนี่ย มันแก้เหมือนเกาถูกจุดที่คัน แต่ถ้าจะให้คนอื่นที่เขาไม่ได้รู้ปัญหาเลย แล้วเขามาจัดการให้เราเนี่ย เขาจะมาช่วยเราได้ไม่ถูกจุด หรือมาสั่งการเรามากกว่าที่จะมาให้เราเป็นคนออกแบบเองอะไรเอง ประมาณนี้จ้ะ ตั้งแต่เลย
พี่ออมแบบดีกว่า
อุ้ย
เดี๋ยว
อะไร
เดี๋ยว
นะ
ช่วยเดี๋ยวซัพพอร์ต
because we are the 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 people who are in the problem, so we know the base what we want. If we have the other people to decide, you have to do this, you have to improve this and that, it's not even, it's not our, sometimes it's not what we want, and maybe don't can not change everything. But if we make it by ourselves, it's possible to develop. And it's not only the development, but it's also increase our capability, can gain trust, can gain more our confidence. That is the real change in her perspective.
ใช่ พี่บุ๋ม were also saying that if you sometimes you feel itchy and you have to be the one who scratch your own back. Other people will not be able to scratch at the right spot. And I think that's exactly and she always said that she also said that when you let people move, when you let people make change, it's also the process of changing themselves, changing the status, changing the belief, because before you are poor, you didn't go to university, you make small money, don't have salary, you feel very small. But through this big thing, you start your own community, you start your own house, you pay back all those loans. It's a big thing, and it make people believe that they can achieve more, they can go far, they can fix whatever they want to fix. Okay. Maybe this is a question to P. Boom and P. Om also. I just want to know the process when you work together with the organization. What are the most important part, the core, when community work with Cody? What is the core value, the thing that you share together?
ถ้าความสำคัญของเครือข่ายแล้วก็ถ้าพูดจริงมันก็การทำงานด้วยกันอยู่เคียงบ่าเคียงไหล่กัน ก็ที่สำคัญเลยก็น่าจะที่จะบอกว่ายังไงล่ะพี่พี่มีความสุขไงมันความสำคัญของเราคือได้พ้นจากความทุกข์แล้วมามีความสุขด้วยโอกาส
อืม
เนาะการที่เราได้โอกาสแล้วมีสถาบันที่มาสนับสนุนเรามาอยู่เคียงข้างมาพัฒนาศักยภาพเราจากคนที่ไม่ได้มีระบบความคิด เราก็เริ่มรู้จักออกแบบออกความคิด เริ่มพูดคุยมีสังคม มีเพื่อน
อืม
ถ้าพูดจริงๆคือเพื่อน ตอนนี้พลังเพื่อนของเราเนี่ยแทบจะทั้งประเทศ เพราะว่าส่วนใหญ่เพื่อนเหล่านี้เขามีปัญหาเดียวกันกับเรา แต่ว่ามันอาจจะคนละเรื่อง อาจจะบางคนเป็นปัญหาเรื่องของสุขภาพ บางคนปัญหาเรื่องที่อยู่อาศัย บางคนเป็นปัญหาเรื่องของภัยพิบัติ แต่พอเราได้มารวมกลุ่มมาช่วยกันคิดช่วยกันแก้ปัญหา สิ่งเหล่านี้มันจะค่อยๆคลี่คลายแล้วเราเติมพลังให้กันและกัน ตัวเอ่อสถาบันเองก็สนับสนุนเราทุกเรื่องไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องระบบการเงินเรื่องของสถาปนิกพวกเราเป็นสถาปนิกและถ้าเอามาจูนกันมาร่วมกันคิดร่วมกันออกแบบโดยคนที่อยู่ในชุมชนเป็นคนผู้อาศัยคือไม่ได้ออกแบบตามที่สถาปนิกเรียนมา
อืม
แบบบ้านของเราเลยเป็นคือชีวิตของเรา
อืม
ปลูกบ้านคือตามใจผู้อยู่ มีอู่ก็ต้องตามใจคนนอนประมาณนี้ค่ะ
อืม โอเคครับ
Okay, the key that she mentioned, this core important among people and Cody. The first thing is happiness. When we have to work with one organization, we have to be happy, happiness to work with them. Uh-huh. And the second one, she mentioned about the opportunity that allow the community people to be their own can be themselves in doing things
Mm.
by supporting and also the support from Cody, which is the support by the human resource, the community architect, community facilitator, and also the budget that support people to work together. This is and working as a friend.
Mm.
It's like a friend working together and creating the supporting and network among themselves.
ตอนนี้
Mm.
แม่ก็ไป
Yeah.
support
Okay.
And can on
Yeah.
and also after we have our strong network, we have our home. Now we possible to expand to support
Mm.
other people who are still in problem.
She mentioned also that now she feel like she have friends as a network of friends, our family throughout the country. So wherever she goes, she have friends. And once you have this big family, some members, some friends from the north might face the problem of flooding. Some people in the south might face like a different kind of disaster, or someone might have to start a new housing, and you have a lot of friends who is in needs of things, but you have so big family that a lot of people, so many various kind of knowledge could go and support them. And then I think she's also very happy doing this, exercising this. Okay, ครับ yeah. Okay, I think we can, do you have anything to add before we pass on to Aceh, Philippines? มีอะไรเสริมเพิ่มเติมไหมครับพี่ออมพี่มาพี่ออมพี่บุ๋มโอเค then I think we can pause it from the context of Thailand. Be here. I think it would be good to ask Aceh. Uh, before you start, I might want to ask you to share what you hear from the Thai team and you find it interesting or maybe different from yours. And so maybe a
Okay.
short reflection before we go into your session.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, very
Yeah.
clearly.
Okay. Yeah. So, what I learned actually is that the experience of the communities here in Iloilo, especially with HPFPI, which our longtime partner with Tampe, is that the experience is very similar in the way that the people, the community, like the savings, um, and have the resources, make a decision how to solve their issues using their own resources, and also managing it. Later in my presentation, it will also be mentioned about that. And I think the partnership with the government, working with them in some ways, is very similar. And I am very happy to hear that that same experience where I think. I think the communities with homeless, and they've been sharing with our friends from Kodi for a very long time. They've been sharing. They've been having uh, joining conferences together and sharing their experiences. I think um many of us know that there are really this kind of similarities in their experiences and in the way they are trying to manage uh, the issues that they have. So yeah, so I'm very happy to hear their experiences.
Okay. Thank you, Aceh. And from your reflection, I think we can continue to your session. And again, for the Thai team, stay tuned because I will ask for your reflection from the Philippines as well. Okay. Aceh, the stage is yours. Let's hear about the how the community-centric movement in Philippines is going.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Here in the Philippines, we are entering 6 o'clock in the evening. We just came from a very strong typhoon last night. Yesterday, there was no power, there's no communication at all. So, but we're happy that I think the weather is getting better now. And well, although there are um, like casualties also, but I'm glad to share to you that most of our friends, I think in Cebu and in Iloilo are also fine. So yes. Yeah, so good evening again, everyone. So again, I'm RJ and I'm with Tampei, but working with HPFPI in Iloilo City. So my presentation tonight is actually will focus on the experiences of HPFPI in Iloilo City together, and some experiences also of Tampei, my personal experiences and the way I observe things with the HPFPI. So they've been existing particularly in Iloilo City since 1998. I joined, started working with them in 2011. So my topic now, I entitled it "Community: A Strength on Its Own." So this is an insight on people-centric development here in Iloilo City. So for a background, um, let me tell you that before If I had some fellows here from HPFPI, they would uh, know that before, um, way back years, when the community is experiencing issues on their land uh, tenure, where there is like eviction, so the government would simply um, tell you that it's your fault because you have resided on someone else's land. So, and back then the government has no are not doing land banking, so they have no like resettlement sites, relocation sites. And I think this is the that particular experience of our colleagues in HPFPI, have them realize that they can, back then they can only rely on themselves. So this, the slide that you are seeing right now, actually has inputs from Tita Sonia, who is with HPFPI in Iloilo City. So according to her, and which I agree, that in order for the communities to meaningfully contribute to people-centric development, they must be organized. So uh, when we say organize, it not does not necessarily mean formalized, but it's also part of it. So when we say organize, is that the communities come together and create a strong group with goals, with objectives, uh, people who knows what they want, what are their problems, um, and of course, here in the Philippines, um, organized also means that they have to be registered, to have a what we call legal identity, so that they are able to actually engage with institutions such as government and non-government institutions as well. Um, um, Being a registered community organization or a CSO, civil society organization, um, can also show the other people and the other organizations that you are not a fly by night, or that you are a legit organization, which can actually mean that other organizations, especially government, can properly, how do you call this, engage with you, offer you assistance, or can be like enter into memorandum of agreement with your organization, which is more of a formalized setup of working with other institutions, especially government. So also, that the community must be able to collectively understand the issues that they are having, whether that's issues on land, issues on housing, or say, for example, they are in danger areas and need to say work on their proposals to have their communities put up some mitigating infrastructures that will protect them from hazards, or ultimately will be relocated. So it's important that they have collectively understand their issues and also identify solutions. So a community can have like, in our experience when we gather them, so sometimes they would come up with like 10 or more issues. But also, because of limited resources that they have, so they have to prioritize. and they do this also collectively. So they decide uh, which among their issues will be prioritized at the moment or at a given period of time, given their limited resources and limited capacity to, you know, um, undertake or take on these issues. So in one of our sessions with them where we had the assessment and they presented their solution, so they have to actually create an action plan where they are going to accomplish these tasks related to the prioritized issues. So it's a recent activity that they had, and it was very um, shall we say enriching on their part and on our part as well, because we were able to see how they work together as a group to, you know, compromise, because some communities or some members have issues that they want to really address immediately, and also same with their other colleagues. And I think that working with as a community to, you know, prioritize um, and compromise, so they were able to come up with a more um, structured way of how they are going to deal with their issues. Another is that they are able to mobilize their resources. So they have to form their savings group. So actually, savings is the backbone of the communities that we work with in HPFPI. So they all started with not being able to access resources from the government and from other institutions. So they have to, you know, help themselves. So they have to save daily a small amount until they are able to collect a substantial amount. In one cases, they were able to purchase a foreclosed property from the bank, um, which actually, according to the story of the community, that it was first time also that the bank had such an experience with community buying land directly from them. Um, and it was also mentioned that at first the bank was like very, um, how do you say that? Um, they did not believe them until they saw, when, because they said that they're going to open an account in that bank, and the bank told them that there is a minimum amount in order for them to open an account. And at first they were very like not believing in them, doubted them, until they saw that the money of these they considered poor people um, are coins, some bills, and it was very hard for them to, you know, to count. And at one point, even the priest that was assisting the the community even told the people from the bank that something like, you see, the money of the poor people is very hard to count. And yeah, so it was it's always one of the famous stories, especially in the experience of Iloilo, um, when it comes to their self-help initiatives, and their success story of how they were able to do these things, buying land, for example, with their own savings, is because they were able to do it. Like, I think now they already have like three experiences where they bought land directly. So that one was with the bank, and I think the other two experiences are they were able to buy the land directly from the landowner. So yeah, and then it's all through the effort of the community, and with also with the assistance from the federation, the Homeless People's Federation, and its partners. So the other is that the importance of having data. So sometimes in the experience of the communities where um, um, with the politicians, with the government, is that if you don't have numbers, you are not that important. They won't deal with you. They won't work with you. So I think it has been like a very good um, tool that they have presented in, I think, in more than one, in many cases already, where they have this survey of their membership, of the people that are like them, uh, the urban poor. So where they have enumerated themselves, made a profile of the communities that they work with, um, and sometimes there are even like comparison of the data that is being gathered by government institutions and the data that is with the community, and sometimes um, they even challenge the data that is being gathered by the government when when it has like discrepancies, when this and they can actually like validate that the most accurate data is with them, because they are the people on the ground. So I think that with the correct data, with the updated and validated data from the communities, they are able to use this as means to, you know, attract people to invest to them, attract government to work with them. So yeah, because it's only by showing a good uh, or quality data that some organizations will also work with you, and um, that work with HPFPI in several cases already. So yeah, so this is just some pictures that, as I have mentioned earlier, that organized communities have better access to engage and collaborate with other organizations. And in some cases, accredited organizations are also given opportunities to participate in major activities of government, including crafting of development plans and budget allocations for projects. So right now, in Iloilo, HPFPI is sitting in many of the different technical working groups, like, for example, the technical working groups on public-private partnership projects, where it is there that the projects are being discussed, and you can actually provide inputs, especially if certain projects will have impact on communities, on informal settlements. Also, HPPI is sitting in the City Disaster Risk Management Council of the city, where also there are budget allocations that can be tapped for related to disaster mitigation, disaster preparedness, and in many cases, communities that HPPI work with already benefits by accessing resources such as trainings um, from this particular council. Also, one of the very recent and I think more um, connected to the communities is the local housing board, where HPPI also sits as one of its members. So there they can discuss like lot awards or awarding of relocation sites to beneficiaries, qualified beneficiaries. So, and also taking them if these, for example, there are people who are abusing their allocation on the relocation sites. Like, for example, if they're not using it properly, or if they are renting it out or selling it to someone else to earn money, where and they have their own house where they can actually reside, so they are like like uh, gaining income from the public property, where there are many other people who can still benefit, so things like that. um, yeah, so this is actually one of the activities where they were able to identify their issues, um, and then also their experiences over the years, whether that's a happy experience, whether that's a bad experience, and how they connect it with their issues and ultimately with the solutions that they come up. So yeah, so this one is their savings. So this is actually the Iloilo City H50I savings numbers. So right now, they were able to mobilize to 7 million pesos of savings, and then there are these numbers. So they have 5,000 plus savers. That's a combination already of male and female savers, and total groups of 510 savings groups. So these savings of the community actually allows them to um, access other resources. Sometimes they are even able to access loans, um, and like in our five model cities project with ACHR, some communities were also able to avail upgrading projects for their community, and some have availed like uh, house repair or incremental housing material assistance. So, and the participatory approach or process that the HPFPI and its partners, including Tampei and Taxi, have been embracing for like many years now is like this one in a housing project. So they are having a dream house workshop where the participants are given the opportunity to make their dream house, draw their dream house, and explain what are included in their dream house. And this allows them to actually think uh, of their what else they can put into their house that is they're going to build. Although in some cases it's not the they are going to actually like have a consolidated design wherein they are going to compromise, they're going to prioritize, and ultimately they're going to select a design that everyone likes. So, but that's the process. And then maybe later, if you have more questions to this, I can answer later. Also, they were even given the opportunity to manage their construction and also take part in the construction itself. So it allows them to more involved, have more sense of ownership from the design to construction, but also reduce the overall cost of the construction. So, and these are the final product of that. So before it's uniform, and as years go by, Some homeowners even improve their own houses, adding terraces, adding porch, adding plants. So even if they started with the same houses because they built the houses all together, later they also were able to, make it personalized based on how they wanted it to be. So this is one of the community upgrading projects where they were the ones who managed their community upgrading project. So because they have issues with flooding during heavy rains, so they were able to came up with the idea of doing a drainage. Yeah. So we have provided them actually funds from the Five Model Cities project, and then what they wanted to do was they are going to repay those people who benefited this drainage that they make will repay the amount that they use so that the other parts of their community can also use the funds to later construct their drainage in their area. So and the survey, the collection of data and for them to to have this data that they can use, that they can bring to funders, to the government for support. So if they have clear data, if they have like accurate numbers and information, where projects maybe from government and from other sources can come in. Like for example, if in their data shows that they have like members who need more like proper toilets, for example, or like need some improvement in their houses to make it like stronger in times of typhoons. So they will have that number, and that this data can be used to lobby for funds. So and this one is um, the expansion of networks and partners of the organization where they're able to engage government, be in various technical working groups to provide inputs, to lobby for support, and also on the left side picture, this is the picture where they have to participate in the strategic planning of the Iloilo City People's Council. So this council is actually recently created, and it is composed of different civil society organizations where it serves as a venue for them to talk from one organization to another organization, and for them to be able to bring the issues of its members to the government and to other national government agencies where their issues can be addressed. Yeah, so I think that is the presentation. Um, yeah, it's quite different from the initial structure that I prepared, but mostly it's there. I think I just would like to add that us in Tampei have been supporting HPFPI in its approach to this development where they need to be involved. They need us to involve them, um, and I think that one of the um, I think that's one of the uh, main reasons that I joined actually Tampei back in 2009. I was able to take part in a national workshop in Mindanao where I was a student back then, an architecture student, and I saw this process that they are doing where communities are directly involved in all stages of the project. And I was thinking like why this kind of approach is not being taught in school and it's not being presented um, to um, to us as students. We were kind of amazed of how it is being done and that it actually works. So yeah, so I think that's a a bit of a story why I am here and I'm still here actually working with the community. If you have other questions related to my presentation, I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay. I think it's very clear of how Paxi and Tempe kind of support community movement. I think you mentioned quite several times about uh, HPFPI. Think
Yes,
Philippines, you are the master of this abbreviation. Maybe you can
yes.
shine some lights on what HPFPI is and how do they come together once they are
Okay.
together, once they become HPFPI, what are you able to do? What are you able to achieve?
Okay. So yeah, HPFPI is actually considered the mother organization of the Philippine Alliance, where Paxi and Tampei is also part. So they are actually a federation, national federation of urban poor associations. So they are from the community, so from the grassroots. So they're the ones affected by having these issues of eviction, demolition, squatting on private lands. So they form their homeowners associations in their respective communities, and together they created a federation of urban poor associations that is present all over the country. So yeah, so they are also member of Slum Dwellers International and also a network of ACHR. Yeah, so as mentioned, so they really came from the issues where they had the struggle of finding support from government back then. Uh, they have they have no network, no connection, and they have to help themselves. So they started saving. So in Manila, in the capital of the Philippines, so Homeless People's Federation members from Iloilo City learned these savings actually in Payatas, Quezon City, where it is a dump site of the National Capital Region, and people are scavenging garbage and selling those they can sell and earn from it. And then they started saving and buy land somewhere outside the city. Yeah, but in Iloilo City right now, we they are not anymore. The city is very supportive. So the city has now actually a total of I think 46 relocation sites, um, and the Homeless People's Federation is, um, as I have mentioned, is sitting in the board, local housing board, which ultimately decides how these resources are being allocated and awarded to its beneficiaries, and also since we are not a not not very fond of like dole out projects. So even with the city now, they are like having some repayment collection of the land that they are giving to its homeless constituents. But these lands are being paid by the communities at a very low cost. So
Mm,
meaning, in one of the example last week where the mayor announced that the community will pay their land at cost or at purchase cost when it was purchased like 10 years ago. So it's very cheap compared to the cost now where it is very, very high. And once these funds are collected, so this will go to a special fund where it will be used again to support the development of these relocation sites and for other constituents.
Mm. Yes, okay. Thank you very much, Aceh. I think now it's a good time. We hear the two countries. Oh, maybe we ask Ahmad and Pibum to reflect what you hear, what you see quite interesting about it. พี่ออมครับ Are you still online?
เปิดเสียง
Okay.
ก็
Maybe ฮะพี่
ค่ะ
บุ๋มลุย
จา
ได้
ก
เลย
กา
ค
ร
รับ
ที่ได้ฟังนะคะ แล้วก็ฟังดูรูปแบบมันคล้าย ๆกัน กับของประเทศไทยเราเหมือนกันนะในการทำงาน เพราะเราก็อยากให้มีเครือข่ายด้วยแหละ แล้วคิดว่าเราเป้าหมายน่าจะเป็นเป้าเดียวกัน
อืม
คือต้องการให้อ่าอนาคต ไม่ใช่แค่ตัวเราเนาะมันน่าจะอนาคตนั่นแหละ การมีที่อยู่อาศัยมันคืออนาคตของลูกของหลานเราด้วยแหละ แต่ถ้าเรามีที่ดินมันเกิดความภูมิใจอ่ะ เรามีได้มีเงินแล้วได้ไปซื้อที่ดินด้วยเงี้ย มันคือความภูมิใจนะ แล้วเราสร้างบ้านเป็นของตัวเอง คิดเองออกแบบเองดีไซน์เอง แล้วคนที่อยู่ลูกหลานที่อยู่มันมีความสุขคุณภาพชีวิตดีด้วย แล้วก็มีการสมัครสมานสามัคคีกันเนี้ยมาช่วยกันดูแลในชุมชนของเราเนี้ยพี่ว่ามันก็คือทางเดียวกันแนวเดียวกันของประเทศไทยเราเหมือนกันนะคะ ในการที่ได้ฟัง แล้วก็รู้สึกภูมิใจแทนด้วยว่าตอนนี้ที่สามารถมีสร้างเครือข่ายหลาย ๆ เครือข่าย ซึ่งมันมีทั้งเครือข่ายที่เป็นเครือข่ายแม่แล้วยังมีลูก ๆ เครือข่ายที่มันอาจจะไม่ใช่เรื่องเดียวกันก็ได้ แต่ลูก ๆ เครือข่ายนั้นก็คือมาเป็นพลังแล้วก็มาช่วยกันคิดช่วยกันออกแบบ แล้วก็ช่วยกระจายนะคะ ในการที่จะไปส่งต่อความสุขให้คนอื่นด้วยประมาณนี้ค่ะ
What people mentioned is about the story that we have heard in Philippines is very interesting. Is and the story that you are sharing is same in, she said it's quite same in Thailand. Even the project happened very far away, but we can understand. She mentioned that she even understand by the picture, not waiting for my translation because she know what is the process, what the process is. And she said because we have the same goal, the goal that would like to have the secure land and housing after the have seen the people have the secure house. This is very proud of and very proud of their life. This is the heritage for their children. The process that we working is very strong. We can take care of our family, can send this housing to our children, and the process is have been changed the people, not only life but also the group of people quite very strong. And she also mentioned about the network that yes, she think it's very strong network in Philippines to show the Philippines showing that you have different layer of network, different group of network, but they can working together very smooth, very harmonized. That is very strong.
อืม
And
โอ
thank
เค
you for sharing.
ครับผม thank you ครับ think meanwhile we can uh see questions if you are curious about something if you want to ask about something please leave your questions in the chat box and I can deliver it to the speaker maybe one thing that I want to hear is that in Philippines it's Homeless People Federation. It's a federation. And
Yes.
through my experience being in many countries, they are in the state of network of urban poor, or as they can step up to like establishing the network, connect this network with the local government, but it's not at the level of the federation. It's a big step, and I'm quite curious, why does it need to be federation? What power do you get from it?
Yeah. Um, I think um, this federation was actually um, created because they have like uh, before they already have HOAs. These are the basic unit of the association in the community level. And then the structure of the federation is actually a number of HOAs that are coming together to make a much bigger group, and in order for them to also lobby their issues and the support that they need to the national level.
Mm.
But also, I think there is the need for the structure because um, HPFPI is also a founding member of the Slum Dwellers International, and they need a like a national structure um, to be to represent them in not only a national level but also in the international um, like association or group of urban poor, which is the Slum Dwellers International, and I think ACHR as well.
Mm.
So yeah, so this structure provides them so what the current structure of HPFPI is that there is a board of HPFPI which is composed of presidents from major areas like Luzon in the north, Visayas in the central Philippines,
Mhm.
and also in southern Philippines, the Mindanao. So they're kind of represented the entire country, and I think it allows them to communicate properly with each other, sharing resources. Because I know one time, for example, that the savings of community in Iloilo, or I'm not sure if in Iloilo or in Luzon, was used by the community in Cebu for their need, and also in some other occasions, a different community from a different area needs support, need the money that they have, so they can lend it. So I think that the structure of HPPI provides that venue for
Mm.
them to collaborate between the HOAs, communicate, and share resources as well.
Mm. Okay, thank you. That's very interesting. I think it's the power to negotiate that you hunt for, and a stable platform that you can have
Yeah,
the
that's right.
representative of all over the country within one platform. No? Okay. Uh, there's questions for RJ. No? Uh, can you explain the process how different organization like HPFPI, Tempe works together?
Okay. Yeah. So um, the Tampei was originally created as a technical support for HPFPI when HPFPI and Paxi had this project before. So Paxi is another NGO, which is basically a legal holder of HPFPI, because HPFPI are the community members. Its member are the communities, and then Paxi and Tampe are NGOs that supports. So Tampe is originally a group of architects, engineers, planners that supports HPFPI in their projects, especially housing. But now Tampe actually has also evolved into research and in also accommodating or membering um, uh, professionals beyond construction, professionals like researchers, community developments, and many more, even lawyers. What we do actually is when HPFPI has issues that requires technical support, so that's where we come in. Sometimes and oftentimes, especially these days, Tampei also access funding from other organizations and bring projects to HPPI to its communities, especially if there is a need. So this is where the importance of data comes in as well. So if there is accurate data on what are the issues from the ground, from the communities, from HPPI, so and Tampei, and also maybe Paxi can have access to this information, this data. So we, the organizations can actually um, uh, channel funding that can, help in solving the issues. Like for example, if there are um, communities that needs housing and there is a a project that has that component, for example, the ACHR, Celavi 5 Model Cities project, where there is we can propose, for example, a housing materials assistance to beneficiaries or to the community. So we can like direct, Tampay can help direct funding to specific communities that needs them. So, and I think this is the same with Paxi. Um, yeah. So that's the way we work. So, um, yeah, so we always work with community, know what are their needs, and also during the implementation of the projects, many of the communities are members are involved also in the project, just to make sure that it is really what they want, it's really what they need. So, yeah.
Mm, okay. Thank you very much. Okay. When Lisa was mentioning that it is important that you highlight that school didn't teach these values and valuable knowledge for people, knowledge transforming and reform needed from people to score
Secure.
secular system. Okay. And I think
People would like to ask the
yes,
question about
yes.
the president of HPFPF. Is there any a term of the president of the system? How long the president will
Yeah.
be in the position?
Mm,
Yeah. Well, HPPI having a national structure, so they have a national president. They call it national president, who is also a president in her own community. So because only only a HOA president can be nominated for to become a member of the board of HPPI, and from that 15 board members, they will select their national president and the rest of the officers. So yeah, their term is I'm not sure if 2 years or 3 years, I think. Yeah, so and then they will elect again. So the process would always be um, in Luzon, Northern Philippines. The communities there, the member communities of HPPI will nominate 5 HOA presidents, homeowner association presidents, who will be who will become members of the board from Luzon. And in the Visayas, Iloilo and Cebu will also convene and nominate 5 HOA presidents to be member of the board of national board of the HFPI, and same with Mindanao, the southern Philippines. And then these 15 people, 5 from Luzon, 5 from Visayas, 5 from Mindanao, they will meet and then they will elect their national president and the officers. So, and every 2 years, I think, they will have the election, I think, either this December or next year, early next year, if it will be postponed in December. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, thank you very much. Maybe last questions from the audience. You can also turn on the video or microphone and ask directly. I think it would be also fun if you're curious, no? Okay, so I believe that's no more questions. It's a good timing, no? So what I hear is that two countries surrounding this people-centric a movement development, no? They share a lot of similar core. At the heart, it is people coming together, in a platform or in a system, working on themselves, work on data, finding solutions to the things that they are in need. I mean, highlighted at the not waiting for the systems. No? People can move when they're together. People can discuss about what they need to make change. And I think once you achieved a certain level, you can also level up and play the power play. I'm not sure what's the right word, but play with the power to negotiate with another sector. I think that's a level up process,นะครับ. And meanwhile, during the process, always have participatory, because it's a process that changes the people. And once people do something, maybe they don't believe in it, they start touching it, they start sculpturing it, and something happened, and the belief within the people happen, and that's where the change start. No, change start when people's belief change. ครับผม and yeah, it would be this is how I would wrap up the session. And as I think this is the last session of the collective housing webinar ครับ and so I think it's want to say thank you for the speaker from Thailand and from Philippines. Thank you, Aceh. Thank you, Mohammad. Thank you, พี่บุ๋ม ครับ a lot of heart, please. Okay, Giorgio, you're raising hand. I believe you have some questions.
Yeah, not really a question, but a request is if possible. On one side, I just wanted to share my thanks again for this series of inputs that you shared with us in the last couple of weeks. It has been really amazing. On the other side, I was wondering if there will be any follow-up or a reporting back from the in-person workshop for the ones that are not able to join, because it will be obviously fantastic to hear more about what went on in Dhaka. Thank you.
Okay, it's a good question. So I believe we have prepared for this, and maybe Rubaya can share about it.
Yes, so we plan to compile all the information we've gathered from online session as well, and share that booklet with all the participants and everyone. And similarly, during or before the on-site co-creation workshop in Dhaka, that will be well documented, and definitely the learnings and experiences we're hearing through the online session will be reflected on the on-site session as well, and we will compile and share with all the participants in future.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and I think now it's a good time to pass the session to the real last one. It's closing remarks from us, the network, the seniors, and so I would send the microphone to Rubaya.
No, I think, yeah, okay. I will invite Lajana Di. She is the General Secretary of ACHR. She will have a few words, and maybe some more friends can volunteer to join in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rubaya. Thank you, Muan. The last session is a very, it's the kind of like, concluding remarks you already have made, like, do the presenters, including the community leader from Thailand and from Philippines and Thailand. And I think, so it's very good that, in the last session we have this people-centric development session, and Muang, you have like wonderfully facilitated in a new style, new way. And in the beginning you said that this is the first time you are moderating the session, but then you did it so well. I'm so pleased. It's very interesting. Thank you so much, and thank you all the presenters of this session as well. And you have actually shared the real experience, like, I'm also really pleased to have the community leader from Thailand, and I think it's very good, like, to have her speaking in the concluding session. So it's I think, the remarks, the concluding remarks that, the two of you from Philippines and from Thailand already made. But let me just say a few words, like, see, this is the last session, and the last 1 month we all have been very busy, and we have really stayed tuned every Wednesday, every Monday and Wednesday, to join the training session, to join the collective housing training session. So the last 1 month has been actually busy for us, right? So this is the last session, and on behalf of POCA and ACHR, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all the participants, to all the moderators, facilitators, to all the partners, to the community leaders, to all the presenters, and all the participants, our young architects, so everyone who came, who joined the sessions, who stayed for 2 hours long, and who listened, and then who interacted, who posed the questions, like who contributed in the sharing and learning process. So we're really very happy, and thank you all of you. So my heartiest thanks from the ACHR and also from POCA. Actually, I would like to thank all of you. I think we had very few key sessions that we have actually organized, right? And in all these sessions, all the sessions, they actually turned out to be very interesting, because we actually shared the real practical experience, right? Real practical experience we shared in the sessions. So those sharings are really valuable, generating knowledge, and so those were the inspiring stories about community-led processes, community-led housing, community-led urban development, city development planning. So whatever we have to do with the community processes in relation to the city development, in relation to contributing to the urban development. So the stories were really very, very inspiring, and we have actually learned a lot, right? So the discussion have actually focused on dignity, security, and the power of communities, Like, see, we have actually heard a lot about this, talking only in the presentation from Thailand, right? The power of the communities to shape their own future, to shape their own communities, to shape their own development, right? To get the people empowered. So in all the sessions, like, this has come out very strongly, how community-led process have actually shaped their own future, and also contributed in the sustainability of the inclusive development process as well. And I think this training also has strengthened our shared commitment to inclusive, sustainable, and people-centered urban development. Like, people-centered urban development, that is the key. So we have actually, by sharing our own experiences, coming to this training, attending, listening the stories, so we are committing ourselves to take the learnings forward from here. So it's not like, so we have come, attended, and we learned, and this is the end. It's not like that. So we are expecting that, whatever we have learned, so we try our best to get it implemented and contribute in scaling up the process. Like, so if we are already doing, let's try to do more. All right, let's try to do more, and let's also apply whatever we have learned from the training, from this online training. So we need to take forward. I think that is very important. And but I think the key focus, the key learnings, key focus has been, so I have already said, and that has come repeatedly in the sessions, like people as the drivers of change, right? So that's the key lessons of all the, from all the sessions throughout this training program that has come out very, very strongly. And that is our key learning. People are the drivers of change. And then when we talk about the collective housing, it is not only about constructing a house, it is about building communities. It is about empowering the communities, right? It is about like, helping and working with the communities to bring the knowledge that they have, like, to bring it out on the surface, and then working together for co-creation and supporting the community leadership. And because all this process actually ensures the long-term sustainability of the community-led actions and processes. So I think this is the key learning from the training. And the collective, because we're talking about a collective housing, so the process for the collective housing, the collective process is also, I think it also contributes in building their resilience, right? So when people are together, when people are united, when they are united, when they are together, they build up the solidarity, like, so when the solidarity is there, they're able to fight against the odds. Like, say, okay, forced evictions, maybe they will be able to find solutions, or able to stop the evictions, or to propose the solutions to the government. So people will be able to work out the solutions together. But then for that, it is very important that the communities need to get organized. We heard from Philippines just now also, like, getting the communities organized, building their solidarity, getting them united. And why we are doing that, why that is important, because if they are together, the resilience gets strengthened. They will be more resilient, right? For that reason, it is very important. And then this also has been reflected, I think, in all the sessions, in all the presentation, in all the discussions. So we also talked a lot about participatory design and planning, and there was a session on this. So that is also very important, because when the communities, when the people, when they start working with the community architects, the facilitators, when they start working together in planning and designing, the real needs of the people, their culture, their aspirations, their affordability, their own requirements, that gets well reflected in the planning. So that is also very important, and that has also come out in the sessions. And partnership with the local government, that is very essential, right? And number of examples have been actually shared, successful cases, like also, like, like a very strong case we heard from Thailand, Kodi, a successful partnership between the government and the communities. And there are also many other examples already also shared in the number of sessions, working together, communities working together with the local governments, partnership with the local government. So that is very essential. And because this partnership actually, and partnership has actually brought out many successful examples that need to be scaled up in our countries. So that we have actually heard and learned, and also the community-led financing mechanism to empower the communities. So that is also very important. We also had a very good discussion on this topic as well. That is very important because, that actually makes the communities, particularly the women, feel freer because they have access to the resources, not only for the housing, but therefore to meet their own needs, to meet the family's needs, to meet the children's needs, to keep themselves happy. We actually heard the happiness word from our community leader, right? So happiness, that is very, very important. Money also brings happiness as well, because that actually helps people to fulfill their own personal need, private need, and as well as the community needs, right? So it helps them, the community-led financing, mechanisms or the institutions. It has actually helped leverage the resources for housing and also to improve the other basic facilities in the communities. And also, we also heard a lot, what has been shared is collective housing also need to address livelihood, environment, also to address the climate issues, disasters, that we also actually heard a lot. There was a session on this, and also to address the social inclusion part, right? So it's like, it's to do everything that we need to do in the community. It's not only building a house. We need livelihood. We need a safer house. We need to be able to stand against a disaster, or even the climate impact, or the heat, or the flood, or the exclusion. That is very important. So the collective housing is not only dealing only a house, but then all this process, that is very, very important. And if we are able to address all these issues, that actually gives us happiness, our community leader earlier said earlier, because it gives us happiness. When you are happy, then you will be able to share happiness to others as well, right? So that is very, very important. So I think these are the key learning that has actually come out from the training that from this training, from the collective housing online training course. So the still I would like to really emphasize, give really emphasis on the key learning. The key lesson is people are the core of urban housing development. So that is the key that we should not forget, and we really need to give emphasis on. So I won't take a long time, and really, really very happy that this is the first time that ACHR and POCA and also CAN. So we worked, we all of us worked in collaboration, in partnerships, really worked very hard to get this training successfully concluded. And I would also like to congratulate POCA actually for taking all the responsibilities for making this training really happen. So my heartiest thanks to POCA team. There are so many people involved, so not only one person, there's a team involved. So thank you to the team for detailing out the course contents, and then all this getting this training organized. It's this very fantastic task that you have actually done, and really very happy, really pleased that so this is a different kind of training that we have organized. We are not calling it's like online workshop or online meeting, or we are really calling it a training, because we are trying to convey the learnings, the experience that we have gone through to the participants. And mostly I understand that there are young people, young participants. There are many from Bangladesh and also from around the world who are actually joining this training. So I hope that this training has been useful to them, and we would be very happy also to have your feedback. You can actually, the participants can also write us emails, and email reflecting your own learning from this, and what has actually touched you, what you learned it. So if you are able to share this, your learning with us, we would be grateful to you, because that will also help us to do such kind of training in future in a more better way, and we may also get inspired to do more and more of these activities to actually benefit more people. Right. So please do keep in touch, and please do share your own reflection and feedback. So that will be, I think that will be a very useful asset for us. Right. So thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, I stop here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Lajanadi. So we have a small feedback form. I'm sharing it in the chat box. We will also email it to everyone. It would be great to hear your experiences and feedback so that we can improve for next time. And now I will maybe request Khondokar Hasibul Kabir for a few lines, and it's a request if any of the young participants could also share their reflection very quickly, and then we can wrap up. Thank you.
Thank you, Rubaya. I think this was a great sessions, all. And the last session, I have to say, is very symbolic. The Stumsuk, started the first session, then, Lajanadi, she ended, ACHS started uh, Bangkok, now is in uh, uh, Nepal. And today also I see Muang is, uh, conducting the whole session. So it's very, I think, and how we are expanding, from and the whole POCA team, the younger team, they have wonderfully organized everything. So this is really, I think, a very good feeling. And today's hearing, I think maybe the same. When I was a student, at that time I heard the words from Cody and the community leaders. It's the same words today, and it's so valuable. Same words and same valuable words, and we still, as a Bangladeshi, still I think every time I hear and I feel that, oh, why can't we do this in our country? So this is really good to hear again and again from Thai, Kodi people and the community people from Thailand, and I think next will be the on-site session, and what RJ mentioned about when he was a student, he participated in a workshop and he was asking them why these people are doing you know doing workshop like this, and why they are not learning it in the school, this type of things. The same thing. I don't know. Maybe in others also mind. They also ask the same thing. I have had the same question. When I participated actually in Philippines in the first CAN workshop in Philippines in 2013, and just I'm giving you my experience a little bit, so that those who will be participating the workshop, it's just similar everywhere. Uh, when we are connecting with the people, we sat together maybe in the first day or second day. Uh, community architects, then community leader, then young professionals, or sitting in a circle, small circle. And Nad, one of our community architects, uh, he requested us to discuss about why are we here, what makes us to be here. And I saw that the community, I remember one of the community leader from Thailand was in my group, and also community leader from Philippines. I think Ruby was in my group, and they were talking. And they started to talk, and they started to cry, and eventually we all were crying. So this is such a, I mean, energy. Today also, when I hear uh, the community leaders and RJ's uh, discussion, it gives us really good energy, and it connects us, like as she mentioned, that all over the country we have friends. I mean, in this type of, when we are in this type of workshop, we immediately become friends all over the world. We share a lot of things, very personal things. We talk about architecture or this very maybe housing or collecting housing. It's kind of a side talk. It's not the main discussion. But as we, the focus is on that. Anyway, we do that, but actually we cultivate ourselves and cultivate our mind and cultivate our human quality. That's, I think, very important. That's what we will discuss in the workshop. So thank you, RJ, for reminding me about this. And when we are coming back from Philippines, Mahmuda was there. Poka, Mahmuda, she was a student at that time. So I think third year or fourth year student. And in the I think plane, in the aircraft, we decided to form POCA. We said that, yeah, POCA, Platform of Community Action and Architecture. It's such an energy, that workshop. So I will end here, by saying this. Thank you all. Yeah. And we invite you all for the I think the on-site session. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Kabir sir. If anyone from the participants wants to share any reflection, you're most welcome to just unmute yourself and say a few words.
Maybe could I share something?
Sure.
You said maybe young people. I have difficulty a bit. Consider myself young, but I think some words are from Somsuk as well. At the beginning, that we have this idea of doing collective housing training. I when we do meeting, I come to her and I said, okay, this could be the structure. We could talk about knowledge. We could share, update all the knowledge. And she said, don't stop there. Don't stop at the knowledge. You should aim for change, big change, and you should see where knowledge go. You distribute, you share these kind of experience. It can be online, but you have to implement it. We need to see change happen. And when Somsuk talk about change, she mentioned a project and then a program, and then that program or projects become the model for the whole country. And I think as we are in this very international network, I think from knowledge from this kind of discussion become something that will happen. This time it will be in Dhaka, and that could be a model where it can spread. And a lot of to me, it's like as we are talking like this, it's not even a knowledge. It's like information and stories that we heard. It become a knowledge once it's come from inside you. And that's when you realize it come from inside, you have to put your hand into it, put your body, put your soul into it, and make change. And that's when you realize that's knowledge. I use it now. To me, it's like that. No? So a field or an opportunity for us to put our hand into making change. It's very crucial. And then again, it's because maybe we are saying this because we are a practitioner people. We like to work in the field, but I think collaboration it's very, very important. We realized we couldn't write a big papers analyzing what we do. So I think it's really, really good to have the academic professors who also understand what we do, academic people for another kind of professionals within our network. And they hear us. I believe they can hear much, much deep and can write it out in the way that, these, resource could be sent forward, passed on forward to larger audience, newer, younger people. That's what I have to share.
Thank you, Moang.
Thank
So
you.
I think we have a few comments in the chat box, and truly, we've been from the beginning excited because the mentors, the facilitators who are conducting the sessions here, a lot of them are doing it for the first time, even the moderators and the facilitators, and even for us. So it's been a great experience, and we are really looking forward to accumulate this knowledge in our individual path and collective path as well. So maybe as there is no more question or queries, I'll just wrap up the session for today. And we will definitely send an email with the feedback form. Please kindly share a few minutes to fill up the form. And also, we are trying to gather a collective glossary. What do we understand by collective housing? We'll share that form as well. And to everyone who's coming to Dhaka, most welcome. We're really looking forward to the workshop. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kabir, and everyone. Hello.
Thank you all,
Thank you. Thank you.
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Suhaili, do we discuss something more or Proloy? Or any Proka?
Hi. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
You're here, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Are you at the workshop, Proloy?
Yeah.
Oh, you must be handling a lot of work. Thank you very much for taking care of the back of house, the Zoom. No?
Oh, no, I am enjoying this, and
Okay.
it's also a new starting for me.
No, that's good. Okay, so I think it should be just an update to your team, no? If you are with Mamuda or another member of Poka, just want to let them know that I already processed the visa, and okay. And if you need any meeting before I go, that it would be okay. Just give